over 10 years ago, there was a fight between Marcus Maidana and Adrian Broner, which was quite famous because Broner was winning. And I don't know if you have the term in Croatia, we call it dry humping, where someone wiggles their crotch. Yeah. Now, one of the rumours that has sneaked back to London was that Tyson did that to you in the round before. Now, you said he was joking, calling you a saucy. Did he try and give you the Broner?
He did some. Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, he did. That was not okay from him.
Thanks very much for joining us, mate. Christ, tell me what the last few days have been like for you. You seem like quite a humble, quiet man, but you're more or less the most infamous, famous guy in boxing.
Yeah, if you look at that way, yeah, I'm still humbled. Yeah, of course. Many options opened also for me, so it's also a good story for me. I have a chance to say something about me and about my career. So yeah, it's a pleasure.
Can I ask you, how did it come about that you went to work with Tyson's camp? I know a couple of the guys that were already there, Yaya Patai, top cruiserweight, and young Moses Rico Italma, who's a real top prospect from us. But I looked through and thought, did you work with him for Wallin, or was you a sort of a surprise sparring partner?
So I was also doing with Anthony Joshua. Before that, I was doing with Dylan White, with Anthony Joshua for the second fight against Usyk. So I was also with Otto Wallin and a lot of professional top heavyweight fighters in the sparring camp. So yeah, I got a call to join Team Fury. So I came there with plan to help.
I know he got out there on January the 2nd. Do you remember when roughly you got there and started working with him?
It was 2 weeks. Yeah, it's now 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So I was 2 weeks there. So we trained everything, we sparred. Yeah, we had some good times.
Yeah, when I obviously know the guys that he trains with in Morecambe, and when I speak to Joseph Parker or even the little featherweight that he likes, Isaac Lowe, they are a really good, fun team. They all do seem to get on well. Did you feel that when you got in the camp?
Yeah, I felt very comfortable. There was also Jelena Mrđenović, she's also a professional fighter. Sugar Hill. Thomas Cartney was also there. A friend of mine, Elvir, he was also there helping Fury for the sparring. So the team was great. Everybody were really great. Very good people. The weather was nice. So we had a very good time.
In boxing, I don't know if it's in Croatia or some of the other places you've boxed, there is always rumours and speculation, and especially about sparring stories, and especially when it's a rival promoter or a rival broadcaster. Now, we were hearing from quite early on in this camp that Fury was struggling a little bit with the southpaw sparring. From what you saw early on, was he coping all right?
To be honest, everybody have problems in preparation for the fight. Like Anthony Joshua, like Dylan White, like me, myself, I had also a good fight for European title. So everybody have a problem, some pains, or you get some diseases, but you go always through that. That's why we are fighters, you know. So Tyson had some small problems, but I think that's a part of the preparation and camp, fighting camp.
I also know more from Andy Lee, his sort of co-trainer with Sugar, that he'll do very crazy, very intelligent things with sparring. He might leak something to a new sparring partner to see if it gets to the media, or he might walk into sparring and act like he's got a bad shoulder. And it's all just games with him, very intelligent stuff as well. So when I was hearing he's training badly or sparring, I didn't believe it too much, but you just never know with him. People think he's just sort of kooky and crazy, but I think there's so much cleverness up there as well.
Exactly. I mean, the sparring is one thing, and the fight, when the fight comes, I think he turns himself in the fighter, in the real fighter, and then he show what he got. The sparrings are, you have sometimes bad days, sometimes you don't feel so good for sparring. You change a lot of sparring partners. So it's much easier for me to know I have only 3 rounds with him or 4 rounds. So I can give him a much bigger tempo, because I know I'm going to go out and then somebody else going to replace me.
Let me take you to February the 2nd then, the Friday. when you two guys were sparring. From what we understand, the cut happened. Did you spar in the morning? That's sort of when it broke in the UK. I know it's a bit different with the time difference.
Unfortunately, it was too early. That's my opinion. You know, everybody knows we spar at 12 o'clock. So we had some breakfast at 11 o'clock. We thought we're gonna spar like as usual in the evening at 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the evening. Mm-hmm. And day before we had also tough sparring. So it was also very strong sparring day before, and day before that, on Wednesday, we had some straight training, conditional training, circle training. So everything was a lot of happening in our body, in our mind. Mm-hmm. So it was early sparring, late no sparring. You know, I was having breakfast. I didn't eat so much. That's good. So he said, guys, let's get ready for sparring at 12 o'clock. So I think for me that was too early. It was too early. He was very motivated. We're gonna do 12 rounds, guys. We're gonna do 12 rounds. So he did 3 rounds with Thomas Hartney, mm-hmm. and then I came in. So yeah, he was he made some jokes like let's go a little sausage or something like that. But yeah, he was motivated. He was really good motivated. He was dancing in the ring, moving a lot, using his reach. So he had good sparring with Thomas. Then I came in. Then I did also my style. So I start to wrestle also with him, and yeah, we had some good combinations, good movement, and the cut happened unfortunately because we were tired. And we start also with wrestling, and I threw the punch. I know I threw the left hook. So when I threw the left hook, my head was going also forward because he was pulling my head forward. It was a little bit more dirty boxing. So unfortunately, I hit him with the hand, but it slipped to the elbow. And maybe his helmet was not so tight or something like that, but it came exactly here, the punch and the elbow. So unfortunately, that happened.
There are, as always, and they're still going on now, lots of conspiracy theories, crazy ideas. Now, it looked to me in the video like you had big, maybe 18, 20-ounce gloves on, and head guards and Vaseline.
Yeah.
So people were saying that there's no way that could have happened with all the proper equipment on. I went and spent some time with Alex Krasiuk, who I'm sure you know is Usyk's promoter, and he thought perhaps that the video that was leaked,
something like that,
apparently showed it that was done afterwards, and that he suffered it with no head guard on. Lots of things like that. But from your honest opinion, this is what happened. You just had a spar, an unlucky shot, tight boxing, and an elbow caught him accidentally.
Exactly. Listen, we are explosive guys. You know, he can explode and throw some great punches as me. I can also do some short explosive punches. It was explosive, but it was also with a lot of wrestling, and it happens. It was just a hard sparring.
I got one question, and I do have to ask you. And again, this is, you know, the boxing world and whispers and secrets. Over 10 years ago, there was a fight between Marcus Maidana and Adrian Broner, which was quite famous because Broner was winning. And I don't know if you have the term in Croatia, we call it dry humping, where someone wiggles their crotch. Yeah. And then Maidana came back and beat up Broner, and he did it back.
I watched that fight.
And one of the rumors, you know that fight, right? So you know what I mean when I say it. Now, one of the rumors that has sneaked back to London was that Tyson did that to you in the round before. Now, you said he was joking, calling you a saucy. Did he try and give you the Broner?
He did some. Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, he did. That was not okay from him. Because I came to help him. We don't know each other so good, and I'm not so young. I'm 33, so he's 35. We are the same ages. Yes, you are a champion, but I can be also a champion. You know, it's I can hit also. So he made that, but I don't know. It was like a joke. And I didn't take it serious. I was not angry or something. I was just laughing because how he do it was funny. He's a funny guy. He's really a comedian guy, a very, very positive guy. So yeah, it makes me a little bit more like, yeah, I burn out also. I want also then to show you something what I got, but yeah, clean. It was not on purpose. I was just trying to give him a better rounds and to show him that I deserve respect. And I got that respect after the fight, after the sparring. He gave me a hand. He said that was great sparring. Unfortunately, this happened, but everything before was great. And that's what
And
he needs. He needs good rounds. He needs good rounds, and I can give him good rounds. That's most important.
and I gather now that you're going to go and help Joseph Parker prepare for Zhilai Zhang. And if
Exactly.
Tyson and his team were very angry with you, then Joseph Parker's his best friend, Andy Lee is his best, then this wouldn't happen next.
Exactly that. I didn't say nothing bad about him. He's a really good person. He trained with his family, with his son. They're very good people. They are not negative people, and they don't bother themselves with nonsense like what you said. People saying this or that. He just focused on the fight, and I believe he's gonna give a spectacular fight. That's everybody what I'm expecting. Everybody wants to see that. So yeah, we're gonna definitely see a great fight between them.
In all the crazy stories in boxing, though, the undisputed heavyweight fight of 25 years being delayed because Fury did some dry humping. I mean, that's a bit that sums up boxing for me. Just always a little bit silly when you need it to be serious.
But that's the beauty of boxing. That's the really beauty of boxing. So things like that happen. Yeah, so it's gonna be more interesting. That's sure.
Tell me a little bit about one other aspect of that campaign. I'm a little bit old school. I don't really like sparring stories come out, but you've had to explain stuff, which I appreciate. Jai Opetaia, from what I understand, was supposed to be there for 3 weeks, and I think he only did 5 rounds. That's what's come back.
Let me stop you here because Opetaia came to Saudi to speak about his fights against Bridis.
Mm-hmm.
He was there only for 2-3 days. And then they say, you're a southpaw fighter. You can also help us just to make some rounds. So he made some rounds. He did maybe 5 rounds, and the other guys did the rest of the rounds. And the rumors like that, I think there's just a rumors, to be honest. Tyson have a good chin, believe me. Tyson can take a punch. Everybody saw that, and I can say it also from my experience, what I saw, because I can hit also hard, and he doesn't blink. He just continued to go forward or to do his thing. So I think that's a big rumor. Opetaia is a good fighter, great fighter, but yeah, he's not Mike Tyson.
My opinion is absolutely pointless, but I have all my friends asking me who do I think will win at Fury Usyk, and I think because of the size, Fury 20 stone, 6'9", I just think if he wants to make it boring and hit and hold,
like
then
Klitschko.
he could exactly. If he could he did Klitschko, but from what you understood of the sparring, was that maybe what he was practicing with you when you said about the rough boxing, the holding?
I think he's a natural wrestler. Yeah, he likes to hold, and his distance is very good. If he's not lazy on his legs and he moves a lot and use his reach and jab, he will not have a problem with Usyk. If you're gonna keep that like for 12 rounds. So the reach is really big difference to watch that guy, and I'm bigger and stronger than Usyk. I know that, but it's really very hard to do sparring with him. So if he's not gonna be lazy, if he's gonna have his movement and using his jab, he can win that fight.